Alright, just showing the book first, because that's what we're doing this thing on. Joining me, whoop, there we go. Alright, position this thing in a decent place. Thanks for coming in, thanks for joining me. I know there's going to be people on the replay, because most of you guys seem to watch that way, which is fine. But for those of you who are online, you can comment and stuff on this scope. I'll thank you for joining me. There'll be more coming in, so I'm going to pad for a couple of seconds. So thanks for coming in. Thanks for joining me, folks. I'm actually trying to do one thing here because I didn't check. Oh, bad at me. I didn't check the Facebook group to see what the votes were. So before we get started, so let me give you some prelude information so you know what's going on. And thank you for the hearts, by the way. I appreciate that. This is the. I don't have the sheet in front of me. Oh, good. This is. I'll just explain it to you. This is the 10-day. I was so prepared and then I dropped everything to do something else and I forgot where I was. So let me get back on track. This is the 10-day. There it is. That's what I was looking for. Sorry, I need to get the page so I can see what's going on here. All right. The 10-day Love Fest Challenge. Or it's called Love Rules in some places. All right. So I got the votes. There we go. That's what I was looking for. All right. I had to check the Facebook group to see which was the votes because so you know if you're new to this. First of all, let me back up and start again. Hi, welcome. My name is Barry Selby. I am the Heartbreak Repair Specialist. I am also known as the Love Doctor to my friends and clients. I am a #1 best-selling author of 50 Ways to Love Your Lover. This is the book. And so because of that and because of invitations from friends I know around the world and in my audience and on Periscope, they asked, hey, could I have here? Is they want me to do a 10-day challenge based on the book. So yes, it's 50 principles, but we're doing 9 chapters. And I'll tell you why. In this book of 50 principles, there are 9 sections. Logically, doing 1 section per day over the 10 days, because day 10 has something special on it. You have to stay tuned for that one. And if you want to find out more about that, you can go to my website, which is easy to find. It's barryselby.com/challenge. And if you do join it, by the way, you can still join it. It's free. You can sign up for free. There is a link in there to the Facebook group, which takes you to the page where you can vote each day on the chapter we choose, because day 7 has 5 chapters in it. Like yesterday had about 6 chapters, and so based on the votes of the people in the group, that's the chapter I talk about that day. So you have interaction, and you have ability to control the dialogue to a degree. All right? So that's what this is about. So this is, again, 50 Ways to Love Your Lover is the book. You can find it on Amazon, but I do recommend if you want to keep up to speed on what's going on, and in fact you want it for your pocket convenient use, because this is a pretty hefty book, as you can see, I recommend getting the ebook version. If you go to my site again, barryselby.com/book, there's the write-up about the whole book, what it's about. There's a few testimonials, if that's the right word for the book, reviews, that's what I'm looking for, as well as 3 options. The physical book, which is actually cheaper on Amazon than it is on my site, honestly. The Kindle version, which takes you to Amazon to get it, and the ebook you can download from my site right away. And the ebook is only $10. It's half the price of the physical book, actually less than half the price. So I recommend getting the ebook version so you can keep track. It works on iPads, iPhones, Droids, computers, etc., etc. And it's also saves paper, just for those of you who want to save the environment. So today's topic is about, or should I say the theme, let me find the book just to show you, that's what the bookmark was for, is about life and the world. Dun, dun, dun. And the chapter we'll speak on, because there was 5 chapters to choose from, I'll let you know what the chapters, actually I won't let you know what chapters, I'm just going to go straight to the one chapter, there we go. And that one is the first chapter in the section, actually, which is this one. No, sorry. Second chapter. It goes out of order on Facebook. That's weird. And this one is this is personal to me. So I'm going to speak about this from much more of my own experience and also to hopefully get you inspired in your life and what you're doing. And I'll be explaining much more detail about what this means after I do the initial chapter reading. So I'm just going to read you the heading of the chapter so you keep up to speed, right? And if you're here, please make sure you're tapping on the screen so I know you're awake and watching. So I'll get the hearts. So chapter 38 is Live Your Purpose. Thanks to the hearts. Share your gifts and service in the world. You will attract your lover or deepen the romance you already have, or both. Interesting. So I'm actually going to, and I said at the beginning, this may be the most motivational chapter in this book, particularly for the male reader. And at the same time, ignoring this principle is a relationship destroyer. Ooh. So let me get to that in my own experience. If you want to read the chapter, get the book again. Ebook on my site, download it, read the chapter. It's got good content, but I was speak about the chapter from my own personal experience for you. So, how to say this? I wasn't born as a relationship coach. As strange as that seems, I learned lessons along the way, as we all do. And my work, my passion grew out of my own journey, painfully and happily, along the way in my own path. I'll say it. I messed up 3 relationships in a row because I didn't know about this particular piece. So this chapter speaks to me personally, and hopefully speaks to you too. If there are any men watching this, take this to heart. Any women watching this, remember this about the men, particularly, and I'll get to the ladies' part as well if you have questions. So stay tuned and feel free to interact as we go through. So again, please tap the screen for hearts, and also I'm just seeing what's going on here. So and please, again, if you are for the first time, make sure you do swipe right on the iPhone or tap on the little guy in the corner, or up on the droid and tap follow me. And please share again on Twitter, and also invite your followers on Periscope. Okay, there we go. Raining gear, yes. 3 relationships, unfortunately, I messed up in. Now, I've taken full responsibility because I've done enough work to realize that we all have our own roles in relationship that we play and participate in. This one, though, this particular lesson was the pivot point for my life, period. I want to make it sound impressive for a reason. It is. It was transformational. A defining aspect of the masculine man. Now, I'm not going to get detail. Hi, Daniel, good to have you here. I'm not going to go into detail about the masculine and macho. That was covered elsewhere, and I'll do that in more detail in a scope again later on. But this one today, it may come up tomorrow, we'll see, because that's the topic area. But today it's about understanding the masculine energy of the male person, gender. We are innately linear, sequential type beings, more so than the feminine. The feminine is much more able to multitask, as it were, multi-track, have multiple points of attention at the same time. We as men, the masculine, as most women will probably recognize, are very good at single-focused. That's why you put us in front of the TV with a remote, we don't hear a word you're saying. Sorry, just the way it's the way our makeup is. So I just want to speak to that. So for men, our strength is in that. Now, it may be looked at as a liability by women, which I understand. Hi, good to see you here, sir. But it's truth about this. We are meant to be single-focused. That's the strength of the masculine energy. In archives of archaeology and history, we were the hunters. In the hunter-gatherer society, the men were the hunters, the women were the gatherers, and it was a very different focus for different reasons. For the feminine, in olden times, being the gatherer was the role of taking care of everything. Watching the kids in the village communally, going out foraging for the various vegetables, berries, and other things that were safe, avoiding the poisons and toxins, and keeping an eye for predators. A woman's work was huge because they had to keep an eye on so many things. Hence, women's ability to focus on multiple things is strong, and genetically, women have a generally wider peripheral vision than men do because they innately were raised that way to be that way. For men, we were much better at long-range focus. That was our natural gift because we were the hunters. We go out looking for prey. That's a powerful skill. It's also a liability. In olden times and modern times, so let me just explain a couple of things. In olden times, men were single-focused in the hunting parties, and we went to hunting parties for one very good reason. Because we went out hunting alone, we quite often could find ourselves being stalked by another predator when we were stalking our predator. I mean, when we were the predator stalking the prey. Let me say that one again. We would be so focused on our target, the lunch or dinner we were going to go kill, we could be attacked from behind by another predator who we wouldn't be oblivious to because we're focused so much one way. That's our strength and our weakness. Again, power and liability. That's one reason that men went out hunting parties, because we had to watch each other's backs, as crazy as it sounds. I hope that makes sense. In modern times, the masculine, again being single-focused, is really good at one thing, which is why you give us a task, we are good at getting it started, done, and finished, and over. That's kind of our thing. We like to wrap things up. We like to problem solve. We like to get things done. That's one of our strengths as a masculine, which doesn't always work for the feminine and creates frustration in relationships. That's a whole other conversation for another scope. But it's vital to know. We hate being interrupted, right? Because we want to get things done, and when we're interrupted, we lose track of where we are. That's one of the biggest challenges of Periscope for me, is that someone puts something on the screen that can be totally off track, and I've either got to try and figure out what that was, or stay on track with what I'm going, because trying to do both is a pain. There she is. Good to see you, Janine. So the difference between masculine and feminine is huge in this area. And just for you, I know for Janine, you want to hear this. I want to reiterate this one. The masculine and feminine are very different. And I was talking, by the way, just to review for those who are joining, the chapter, this is day 7, which is section 7 of my book, 50 Ways to Love Your Lover. And we're doing today chapter 38, which is Live Your Purpose. And let me read it again, the heading. So thank you. I appreciate that. So nice of you. This is chapter 38, which I'm reading from, and I'll recap again quickly what we just talked about. Chapter 38, and again, it's the sections about life and the world. Ooh, well, here's the easy way. Go to my website and get the ebook version if you want to get it immediately. It's like $10, barryselby.com/book. If you want the you want the physical version, you have to go to amazon.com. I think it's amazon.co.uk for the UK version. Physical version, it's cheaper for the ebook, and the Kindle version's out there too, which I hate the formatting of, so I don't promote the Kindle version much. Just saying. Anyway, chapter 38 in section 7 about life in the world. And this is the one that was voted on by the Facebook group. So again, if you want to join in this challenge, quick reminder, is barryselby.com/challenge is where the sign up is. It's all free. If you sign up there, you get an email with a link to the Facebook group, because then the Facebook group people get to vote on the chapters I read. How about that? So chapter 38 is this: live your purpose, share your gifts, and service in the world. You will attract your lover or deepen the romance you already have, or both. And I said as the first paragraph in the book, this may be the most motivational chapter in this book, particularly for the male reader. At the same time, ignoring this principle is a relationship destroyer. Yeah, big stuff. So getting back to what I was talking about, yes, that whole chapter is. This, by the way, as I said before, this chapter was pivotal in my life personally. I messed up 3 relationships in a row because of this. I didn't understand this. So I'm explaining the framework of masculine and feminine first, then explaining my experience. So as I mentioned, masculine and feminine in not origination, but in history, the masculine was the hunter, the feminine was the gatherer. As I mentioned, the feminine, the woman, had generally better peripheral vision and more ability to focus on several things. Yes, exactly. Oh, good, you know this one, remember. So I'm recapping quickly so I can get back to what this is about in the world. So they had to keep an eye on the kids running around in the village, the plants they were gathering for eating, and the ones you don't eat because they're poisonous, and all the predators. The masculine was single focused because we're the hunters. We have to get things done. And so we like getting things wrapped up. That's one of the biggest challenges with men and women argue, by the way. If that's an important one to you, I'll share about that one later on, because that's a powerful recognition about how you can stop having those crazy, you don't understand me on with conversations, because it's so easy to figure that one out. Trust me, that one's easier. Anyway, so in my life, 3 relationships in a row that I messed up because I didn't know why I was here. Purpose for me as a man, for a masculine man particularly, is pivotal to his success in the world. Don't mean financially, I mean consciously. Our ability to function well in the world is based upon us knowing why we're here. A man's why may be the most powerful piece of his life. And in one of my favorite teachers' books, one of my teachers, David Data, who I studied with, I love his work, and he's a crazy guy, but I definitely have learned from him. Chapter 7 of The Way of the Superior Man says a man's purpose must come before his relationship, which when I read that was like light bulb moment over my head, like bing, because I understood that in past relationships I put them first, which I thought was the right thing to do. Oh, I love you, honey, I'll take care of you, put you first, which is great for about 3 months, and that's about how long my relationships lasted, because after a while the woman's going, where's the guy who had clarity and direction and purpose? I miss him. And that was what became the breaking point in the relationship. After the last breakup, 3 in a row, is what led me down the path with David Data and other teachers to discover my calling, which is this work, although this work is already evolving for me. Yeah, it's... I'm glad you can relate, because this is my journey. Now for women, just so as a sidebar, for the feminine, purpose is definitely part of your reason. You have a reason for being here. However, it's not the primary focus only. Most women are feminine because of their ability to multitask and can speak to multiple things at once. You can juggle, or you can balance, focus on purpose, relationship, family, with some degree of success. It does help having support from your partner. That's a whole other conversation, by the way. And that's why I teach in my work is about women attracting a man who will support them in their vision and their dreams too, because it's partnership. That's what it's about. But for me, I learned so clearly how vividly my work is more important than anything else. And the truth is, once I did my book and started teaching, coaching this work, as much as I want a relationship, I could actually live without it. I wasn't dying without a relationship, which I thought I had to have one. Now I'm looking to have one, absolutely, clearly, it's my work. Okay, no problem, you're welcome, it's good stuff. So thank you for joining me, Virginia, for that brief moment. Nice to see you drive by. The focus, though, of knowing why we're here is so vital. and for men especially, because to be in a relationship that's just about the other person, it can be fun for a while, but truth is it starts to feel claustrophobic. Claustrophobic, that's the best way of putting it. And it's suffocating for the partners if you don't have something bigger in the world to do besides the relationship. That lovey-dovey thing, that codependent stuff, is so confining, and it's so claustrophobic. So to have the understanding that your mission, your purpose in the world, both of your partnerships, mission in the world is vital, important, and needed, gives you a direction to work to together. So instead of being face-to-face, you're side-by-side, which actually is a healthy way of doing a relationship long-term. For the first few months, you know, like face-to-face and in each other's faces is like awesome, great, wonderful. But going out in the world and doing your stuff in the world together, there's something very special about that. In fact, that's one of the things I'm focusing on now in my work, is finding partnership with somebody who's going to be my business and relationship partner, because the work I'm doing is about relationships, so it's good to share both that in my work and in the world. So, yes, thank you. And thank you for sharing that by Janine, I appreciate that. So, to cut to the chase in this one, your gifts are important, more than in your relationship. Your love, your service to the world, like Janine with her work is amazing too. It's like all these people coming out, thank you. All these people I know through, particularly through 10K and through Periscope, actually in general, Periscope is becoming a powerful venue to meet like-minded people who have a mission, a purpose, a vision to share. That's important. It was funny, I was in the Peri 10K Share-a-thon about an hour ago. Hi, good to have you here. Good to see you, Ari. We talked about happiness as a choice. And for me, what I want to speak about in that context is how when you're living in your work, in your mission, your heart's fulfillment, then you're no longer dependent upon outside things to make you feel better. So your happiness becomes from the joy of the service, of the speaking, of the stepping. So it's just amazing. So sorry, I'm just saying hi to Aurelie, is that how you say it? Nice to see you here. Thank you for joining me. So that's the key piece of the puzzle. But again, back to what I said, for men, your purpose comes before your relationship. So having a focus into what you're about in the world, delivering a gift service in the world, once you're doing that effectively, and this is the key thing, because we are single-focused, easily distracted, that's one of the things that men have a challenge with, the more we're clear about our work and it's running full automatic, then is a good time to include a healthy relationship. Now, if you're already in a relationship, having support from your partner is huge, yes, but you've got to do the work yourself. Men, listen up. If you want to speak to your world and make a difference in the world, thank you. And thanks for, I think you were leaving. I'm glad you're here. Anyway, so I'm glad you're here for the thing. Sorry. Thank you for joining me. And thanks for the hearts. Thank you. I will be doing my book in audio format as well, by the way. So if you do get my book, I'll make sure you're emailed about the audio book soon. It's going to be next year by the time I finish it, because it's already November, but I am doing the audio version of my book. And again, for those who missed it, this is the book I'm teaching from, 50 Ways to Love Your Lover. This is it. It's on Amazon, a physical book, and Kindle, and it's also on my site, which you can get right now if you want it as an ebook. Sorry, ebook, just barryselby.com/book. It is a digital download. Nice to have you here. Yes, I'll get back to that one. I'll get back to Medicine Men. This is the book. You get it in ebook format right away. It's only $10, so you just download it and just use it straight away. So, men, listen up. Yes. Get back on track. It's so tempting for us to see a beautiful woman and want to be with her. That's the innate drive of the masculine, to procreate, but also to be in love. Same as the feminine loves the masculine as well. But, big but, for men, as it were. That's B-U-T, no double T's for that. Yes, I've been through this so much. Your reason for being on the planet is first. Your relationship is second. It's that clear, that fundamental, and that transformational for us to get that. The reason, frankly, why so many people are having bad relationships is because, one, men are on track, and two, which is a separate piece I'm not going to talk about now, but I want to drop the hint now, is that women have forgotten their feminine gifts. There, I said it. I said it out loud. The old paradigm of relationship is so limiting because men are focusing on the partnership to fulfill them, which it will add to, but it's not fulfillment. Fulfillment is serving your gifts in the world. And for women, it's that you've been trained and educated to deny your feminine gifts. Your feminine gifts aren't frilly edges, that sort of stuff. Your feminine gifts are majesty, magnificence, and collaboration. There's so much that the world needs right now. I didn't plan on going down here, but I guess we're doing it. My reason why I coach and speak to women primarily, One of my things is I'm a champion for the feminine. Through the work I've been doing, I've learned so much about my own work and about in the world, but part of my work as a masculine man is to honor and serve and champion the feminine on the planet. It's so needed. There's such a dearth of feminine gifts because it's all male energy in both the masculine energy in the male and female forms, because we're all doing the same game and it's not working. Men and women are different on so many reasons. I mean, John Gray said it back in Mars and Venus. We are so different for good reason, because we have different roles, different gifts, different service. The masculine energy, as I mentioned before, is about direction, clarity, purpose, for getting the goal, getting it done. For the feminine, it's about collaboration, bringing it together, working in harmony, which this planet is sadly lacking. Yes, exactly, Janine. We need to understand each other, and we need to do that cross-country borders, language borders, and religious borders, and sexual borders too, so that men and women getting straight understand each other, because we are the same. We're all one race. So why not? Let's get on with that. There was a piece in oh yes, I mentioned earlier about how men, because we're focused on solutions and fixing things, for women this is a challenging relationship, particularly when a woman's upset. So let me speak to this one. I mentioned it in a conversation with a friend of mine Sunday about this. It's ridiculously silly when you see it, understand it, but it's so powerful when you get it. And this is not even part of this conversation because I'm off topic now, but I want to share it because it seems relevant, since so many of you are asking about them, since you're on back about the masculine and feminine. When a man and woman argue, which happens, I've been in that place myself, on the receiving end. When a woman is upset, especially when she's in a feminine energy, a feminine passion, a feminine power, her intention really is to release all that stuff. One of my teachers, Alison Armstrong, who I've studied under, and I go to a quarterly meeting on this stuff, which is awesome stuff. We dialogue and talk about the men and women differences. It's huge. Oh, thank you for the heart reset. Yes, please tap in away. Tap the hearts. I love that too. By the way, if you're here for the first time, make sure you have tap the little guy in the corner or swipe right on the iPhone up on the Droid and tap follow me. And please share it on Twitter and also in your followers on Periscope. Yes, thank you. I like the way you put that, Janine. Look for your love, support to stick. I take it anyway. I don't care if, to be honest, I don't care if you don't reset, but I certainly appreciate it. Let's be clear about that. Hi, Tamika. Nice to have you here too. So, argument context, which is not what we started talking about. Just so know, if you're joining in late, I've already covered the chapter. Now I'm going to a new piece based upon where the audience is, I'm feeling the audience is going. So, when one's upset, the way that Alison Armstrong calls it, it's the rage monster takes over. Now, this is not true for everything, but I'm just giving you this as an example, so please bear with me. When a woman is upset, it's usually cumulative. Most women don't, unless they've been pushed too hard all the time. See you soon, Janine. Nice to have you back. And watch this part of the replay too. This is a key piece as well coming through. So, thank you. My pleasure. When you are, absolutely, when a woman is upset and distressed, she wants to vent it, release it, get it out because it's toxic to her. And it's needed to come out for a woman to be at peace again. And in some ways, it's like emotionally or psychically throwing up. It's like getting everything out so she can calm down and be at peace again. The problem, the problem is we men, one, we're less emotional, so we don't understand that as well normally. But second thing is we are fixers. Our skill set is completions. Women's energy is opening up, masculine energy is closing off. That's kind of the way our yin and yang works together. There's another piece of conversation. Yes, I'll remind me about security later. I'll tell you about that in a moment, because I'll come back to that one. So Elaine, remind me of that in a moment when I finish this piece. So a woman is venting upset and angry and want to get things out. And the man, thinking he's doing the right thing, because we want to serve our partner ideally, wants to fix it. We are going to go, okay, I've got my toolbox here, and I'm going to go, okay, she's doing this, so I need to give this tool out, and I'll fix it and solve a problem. Wrong. Absolutely wrong. Because the thing with a woman venting her upset, there's nothing to fix. Men, listen to this. When a woman's upset and releasing it, 99% of the time, there's nothing to fix. I learned to listen, it's so powerful. Chocolates is another story, we'll do that one later. I'll tell you that in a moment too. For a woman, when she's upset, our best gift as a man, and it's going back to security, is to stay present. That's it. And my mind, when I heard that, was like, but I need to, no. It's like, no, stay present. But I want to, no, stay present. This is, chocolates won't work. Actually, not yet. Let me give you a sequence for that, Elaine. I'll tell you what I mean. When a woman is in her upset and venting and voicing, it's a chance for her to clear energy out. A man's best thing to do in sequence is first imagine that he's holding a bucket that she's throwing up into. Yeah, it sounds gross, but it is gross energetically. Is that he's holding a bucket for her to throw up into energetically, because she's venting, she's throwing up her upset, she's throwing it out into the air to release it, get it out. She's continually dumping that into the basket or the bucket that he's holding. Again, this is from Alison Armstrong's teaching, so I'm referring back to her work because I love her work. So I didn't originate this, but I get it so clearly, so I want to tell it to you. When she's upset, oh, you got to plug your phone in. I mean, my phone's plugged in for a reason because I do these talks. When a woman is upset, venting and feeling, and you can, by the way, you can watch it online. If you go to periscope.tv/barryselby, you should be able to watch me live. So you can watch it there as well. You can't do hearts and you can't do comments though. So anyway, it's like it's soundtrack. When a woman is venting her upset, and if you imagine you're holding a basket, and your job as a man is to be in front of her, make eye contact, yes, make eye contact, and stay present. What Lane said about security, that's the male strength, is to be present. Because his presence provides security. It isn't necessarily, let me say this, not necessarily about the house, the home, and the money, although that's key, but that really is secondary to his presence, because it's his presence that provides the energetic security that she's craving. Most women won't know this or say it out loud, but when she feels a man who's present, who doesn't run away, who doesn't flake off, who doesn't cower from her upset, she will trust him. And that security is when she can trust his presence. So for a man to hold her space, to hold that basket for her to vent up into, to throw up into, is the best way for a man to show he cares. It is strength, but it's emotional strength, not physical strength, you know. So, and then chocolates can come after that. To respond to that comment. You've done that before without knowing this. That's good, because that's a rare gift. People know this. I didn't know this for a while. I was just trying to go, well, I need to, you think we get in an argument, we need to counteract, we need to respond, we need to solve it, or stand our ground and prove our point. All those are bad moves. The biggest visual or visceral experience I had of understanding this was when I was saying, when a woman's upset and venting and throwing up this emotional upset, we have a bucket. If we as a man try to fix her, it's like we're pouring it back in again. How gross is that? It's like, no, it doesn't work. So what I want to make sure you get clearly in this conversation is that we have different, first of all, we're different. Men and women are very different. So back to what I started at the beginning with this chapter about living your purpose, is it comes out different ways. For men, purpose is direction in the world. With our partner, it's about being present, holding the space, honoring her, respecting her, supporting her. That's the powerful gift we give to our partners. For the women, it's to support him, compliment him, praise him, but also trust him. That's the dance. And that's the power of relationship. And I talk about this in my work, and I talked about it yesterday, in fact, about codependence versus interdependence. So go back and watch that one if you want to see that one. That's yesterday's scope. I talked about how we think we're going to find someone to complete us. No, you don't. We are complete ourselves when we own who we are. And then in partnership, we become more than the sum of the two parts. We become 200%, not 100%. Because relationships aren't 50-50. They're 200%. 100%, 100%. Unless you're missing an arm or something. Well, no, that's a joke. But energetically, we are complete. So that's what I wanted to teach you. That point, again, is in my book. In fact, that chapter was chapter... let's go back and find the chapter now. That one I talked about was chapter 32, about codependence and interdependence. That was yesterday's scope, which was in the section before, which is about authenticity and communication. So that's the book you can find all the stuff in. Again, get the ebook version to get it right away and be up to speed. This is on here at barryselby.com/book. If you want to find out more about the challenge, which is this is day 7, I've got 3 more days to go if you want to join me. It's all free, and all the replays are in the Facebook group, which you can get to if you sign up. barryselby.com/challenge. Okay? That's really what I summarize. Any questions or thoughts before I go on? Because I want to just give you a couple of summarizations before I sign off. Read that book and loved it? You mean my book? Or someone else's book? Just checking. If it was my book, awesome. I welcome a review on Amazon if you have. By the way, it's the thing, if you do get my book, thank you. I appreciate that. If you do have a chance to, please either email me a review or put it on Amazon or both. I'd love to sort of get the word out more and more, because this is my passion. And I do, by the way, for those of you who haven't watched me before, make sure you are following me, because I do a love scope every day, pretty much 7 days a week. Sometimes I miss Sundays, but usually I do one every day of the week. I do other scopes too, but my love scope is consistent because that's my work, my mission. And again, my name is Barry Selby, in case you missed that going through the whole thing. I am a love and relationship expert. I am the heartbreak repair specialist, known to my friends. Nice to meet you too. Known to my friends as the love doctor, affectionately. It's a pleasure to do this work. I love doing this, and it's my fulfillment to speak this work into the world, and to have you, whoever's watching, get value from the replay, watching it live. And if you're watching the replay, thanks for coming back and watching it. If you're watching it on your mobile device, you can still tap the screen for hearts in the replay, by the way. If you're watching on the web, great too. This is my work. This is my mission. And so this is what I'm going to tell you at the beginning was, so the women pursues purpose first before relationship, and that fulfillment? No. So let me qualify that. Thank you for asking the question. Let me qualify it. As I said at the beginning, so in case you missed it, let me reiterate. The men and women are different. Men are, in our masculine energy, are sequential. We do one thing at a time really well. Do two things at once, it's really hard for us to focus because we are more single focused. That's our strength and our weakness. For women in the feminine, the ability to multitask, to have, as Alison Armstrong calls it, diffuse awareness, which is basically a wider peripheral vision, is a natural gift for the feminine. So for men, if we are single focused, it's good for us to have a goal first that we make and establish. So for us, clarifying, finding our purpose, discovering our purpose first is vital for our strength, for our heart, for our service to the world, and then we can have a relationship that works. Doing both at the same time can be challenging unless we've already got one established. For us, a lot of ways, completion is to complete establishing something so it's running and then maintaining after that. So for men to have a purpose that is established, that's working, that's starting to become real in the world, is our true heart's work, not just a job, but our heart's work. It might be something of service even, it might be a social project you're doing in the world, or raising a family even can be your purpose. You have to discover for yourself. For women, because you have the gift and the talent of being able to multitask and do things more than one thing at a time effectively, you can have a relationship and purpose developing at the same time. That's a gift you have. Generally speaking, I think for all of us, having a clarity about why we're here is a good place to start. I taught a workshop 6-7 years ago called Revealing the Purpose of Your Heart because I discovered mine. So I know as my work goes forward, I do help people discover their purpose because that's a key piece of why we're on the planet. And I want to make sure you get that in your life too. So it supports you and it supports your relationship. Because when you have a reason for being here beside your partner, it's way healthier. That means your partner doesn't have to carry such a lot of weight under them, which is they're responsible for your happiness, which is really not healthy. So for you to be clear about why you're here, your mission, your purpose, your gifts in the world, then the healthier relationship can be once you're doing that. But as I said, for men, it's more a priority to do it first. For women, it's not quite as a priority. You can do it at the same time as relationship. How do you find your true purpose? Honestly, I actually have some homework assignments I gave out in my workshop, which I'll happily send to you if you're interested in finding out more. I will be doing another course about that down the road. Probably do it online next time. Oh, you're very welcome. Yeah, I am very passionate about what I do. It's life-changing for me. So I have to speak about it because I'm realizing I'm not the only one who's going through this. You know, I mean, I wrote my book not just for me. I wrote for everybody else who has questions about relationships. I've got people who read this book. They go, "Oh, I know this stuff," but the question is, are they implementing it? Thank you, Lane. I appreciate it. Again, you can get my book on Amazon, the physical film, if you want. It is, it's like 24. No, it's cheaper on Amazon than on my website for the physical book. My website is $25. On Amazon, it's 22. You get the Kindle version there too. But if you want to get the ebook version, come to my site and get it there. This is you can go ahead and see the physical book, the Kindle version, and the ebook. The ebook is $10, immediately downloadable, and you can get reading it right now. So that's that. This is my pleasure. Thank you. This is my day 7 of the 10-day Love Fest / Love Rules Challenge. I have a better name for it next time. It's not a challenge. It's more invitational. If you want to find more about that, again, go to barryselby.com/challenge, and you can sign up there. It's a free invitation. But if you do sign up there, you'll get to be in the Facebook group where you get to vote on the chapters. And I've got 2 more sections to talk about in the book, and then a special day on Friday, which is the summary and a special offer invitation. So that's that. Oh, one quick thing. If you haven't joined my list yet, I do recommend it because I'm actually launching tonight. I had an inspiration, I should say, it woke me from a dead sleep this morning. I have an 8-week online program called The Dating Advantage, which I've taken offline temporarily. which is an 8-week program, and it's like $400. I've taken that program, condensed it all into a workbook, which I'm finishing up now. I'm going to launch it tonight or tomorrow, and it'll be $49. So it'll basically be pretty much 12% of the price. Special deal. That's an immediate download. I'll have it available probably tonight or tomorrow. So make sure you stay tuned to my scopes. I'll be announcing it in my next scope when I do have it up and running, probably tomorrow. And secondly, go to my website, barryselby.com. You actually can buy it now, you just can't download it yet. But if you're interested in doing that, go to my site. And sorry, Daniel, this one's for the ladies. I didn't tell you that up front. Sorry. The Dating Advantage is for the ladies. I haven't designed a men's version yet. This is for women's version for now. But so ladies, if you're interested in that, so I just realized when Daniel put it up, I was like, oh, I need to tell you it's for the ladies, because that's my primary audience. But if you want to work with me, Daniel, you can find on my site tons of stuff. So just go to barryselby.com, just this part here. Let's do it that way. Thank you. I appreciate you, Sarah, for promoting that and sharing it. But go to my site. There's tons of content on my site. But definitely, if you're interested in the online program, the online program is taken offline, so it's just it's actually a workbook right now, and it's $49. It's a bargain. It's 8 powerful modules all together. It's an insane price. It's going to go up, I know, but right now I'm giving it a special deal. On my site, you can get it. You can buy it now, and I'll email when it's ready, which will be tonight, tomorrow morning. So you can get pre-ordered now. The download won't work, just so you know. But you can definitely buy it and be one of the first tonight to get it. So do that. So barryselby.com. Click on above my banner. There is the link for Your Dating Advantage, and as you click on that, I'll tell you all the details. All right. So that's it. It's been a much longer scope than I planned, which is fine. I'm glad you were here. Thanks for watching and thanks for participating. This has been a good conversation. If you missed this scope because you just joined me, please make sure you watch the replay. There's a huge amount of content that came out today, which I didn't expect, which is great. Just came through. So thank you for watching. And again, if you're not already following me, make sure you do tap the little guy in the corner or swipe right on the iPhone up on the Droid and tap follow me. And make sure you're in touch for the next one, because I do love scopes every day. All right? So any questions before I summarize up? Thank you, Daniel. Absolutely. See you soon. Any questions, any thoughts before I sign off? Thank you. The replay, yes. Much appreciated. Glad I could help you. Absolutely. This is my passion, my work, my juice in the world. So yeah, I'm going to share this with my email list as well, so they can see this, because this was better than I planned. Because you ask good questions. That's why I love Periscope, by the way. I love Periscope because when I plan to talk about what comes out, usually is much better because of the fact there's an audience asking questions. So thank you for being here and for supporting my message and asking questions that keep me on track. Although the chocolate one always took me off track, but because I tend to like chocolate. So any other questions or things for a summarize up? So I think I'm about done for this scope. Oh, I'm not scope. There you are. Nice to have you here. Literally, I'm just wrapping up the scope. This is about 35, 40 minutes worth of good content. So please make sure you watch the replay when I sign off, because it's good stuff. If you have any questions, any thoughts before I sign off? Otherwise, I'm going to wrap up and then get on with finishing up the online program. By the way, one quick plug again. Go to barryselby.com and you click on the Your Dating Advantage for the ladies. It's an online program that I've taken offline and taking a $400 program and made it into a workbook for $49. That's a very short-term offer. Yeah, definitely watch the replay for good things. So if you're in a relationship, ladies, this probably won't apply. But if you're new, if you're single and wanting to create real attraction, check it out. If you've got friends, by the way, if you have friends who are looking for love in all the wrong places, female friends, please make sure you tell them about it too. It is available for least. I may run it through the end of the week, I'm not sure yet, but the price is not going to last long, because that $49 is a special bargain for immediate response. So come and get it. And again, the challenge, all the stuff's at barryselby.com. The challenge is there. The book is there in ebook format, especially to get immediate download, and so is the Your Dating Advantage, which is the workbook I'm putting together now. 8 powerful modules to attract the love you want for the ladies, and it'll be available tonight or tomorrow morning. Actually, maybe tonight, Pacific time. So by tomorrow morning for the folks in the UK. So ladies, if you want that, jump in, get it. You can buy it now, and I'll send it to you tomorrow when it's ready. If you can't be bothered to do it now, it'll still be available tomorrow, at least for a few days at the right now bottom price. I feel like a freaking salesman. The rock bottom price of $49. So come and get it. It'll be out, and it's gonna go back up again very quickly, because it's 8 powerful modules in one workbook. It's going to be at least double that price when I finally launch it next week. So this is an early bird price for you now. Come get it now, and it'll be available to change your life. Just going to say. And please make sure you're watching me every day. My scopes are about love and relationships every single day, and I think I repeated myself too many times. That's it. I'm done for you. I'm grateful you watch your scope. If you didn't catch the whole thing, please go back and watch the replay. There's tons of good content because you asked the right questions. So thanks for being here, and make sure you follow because I got more stuff coming. I still got 2 more sections of my book to talk about, and Friday, something very special. So that's it. And by the way, tomorrow's scope is going to be, it's going to be earlier tomorrow because I've got commitments tomorrow afternoon, Pacific time. So I'll be back on again tomorrow. More love. Make sure you do, in fact, tap the little guy in the corner, swipe right on the iPhone, swipe up on the Droid, tap follow me, so you'll be notified when I'm on again tomorrow. All right? Thanks for watching. Thanks for the hearts. Love yourself first. That's my tip for the day. Do it in a mirror, do it in your heart, touch it, hold your hand on top of your heart and just say, I love me. Do that a few times a day. That'll change everything, won't it? Okay, have fun. I'll see you soon. I'll be back tomorrow for more. And you can check out my website. I've told you enough times what it is to get more information. Take care.